Yo, 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 yo. What up? 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 Y'all know what it is, baby. We going live at 5, trying to get lit at 6, coming live and direct. So give me all my respect. I just want my just do. I just want my just do. Nah. What's going on? What up? What up? What up? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I am your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big ups to that 501 and that 317, and big ups to all the athletes on the Mike on Sports banner, bro. I love all you guys. All you guys have had an impact in my sports watching life. So I appreciate that. But man, we back with some more boxing news, some more boxing talk. And before we get to the boxing talk, man, I'm one of those guys that watch First Take every day. You know what I'm saying? One of those guys that watch Undisputed every day. And they had a discussion. I can't think it was today, or Stephen A. brought it up today, or maybe the other day, or something like that. And he was saying like, you never want to come behind like a legend. Like you never want to replace a legend. He was like referring to like Cam Newton going to the New England Patriots and saying like you don't want to come behind a guy like Tom Brady and things like that. So I was just thinking like if you're like a true athlete and you are very, very competitive, coming behind a legend isn't that bad. It's not something that you know what I'm saying necessarily have any control over. But I think of guys like Aaron Rodgers who came behind Brett Favre and he made people in Green Bay quickly forget about Brett Favre. Not even a misbeat. You know what I'm saying? When Aaron Rodgers came into the game, so I'm not of the mindset that you don't want to come behind a legend or you don't want to succeed a legend, because sometimes if you're confident enough in yourself and you're confident enough in your abilities, it don't matter who you come behind. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't matter. You think Kobe had any trepidation for coming behind Michael Jordan? Like we knew what Kobe wanted to do. He made no mistake known. Like he made it known. Like I wanna be better than Mike. I want to be a better shooting guard than Mike. And even though he didn't reach that pinnacle, you can't talk about shooting guards in the NBA or the history of NBA shooting guards without mentioning Kobe Bryant. So to that effect, I mean, he accomplished what he wanted to, just didn't become a greater player than Michael. But that's hard pressed to do, and y'all will see April 19th for when they released the Michael Jordan documentary on ESPN. And also, before we get to the show, I have a new concept for a new show that I'm gonna be doing every Monday. It will be pre-recorded until we can be able to go live May 2nd. But I call it Mike on Sports Mail Day Monday. You guys can ask me any question you want. It can be about boxing. It can be about life. It can be about any other sport that you want to. Just leave a comment. The video is posted to my page, so just go to the video, like that video, share that video, leave me a comment. And if you got something else, like leave me a suggestion that I can make this mail day even better. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into it, man. We've been talking for a little while now. Guess who made the news, man? Y'all wouldn't, but I mean, y'all guess, you know what I'm saying? If you're a boxing guy, then you already know who made the news. The Gypsy King, go by the name of Tyson Fury, man. He made the news this week, and y'all see that I got him in a wrestling ring. I don't have him in a boxing ring. And you're asking me why is Tyson Fury back in a wrestling ring? Well, Tyson Fury receives the green light, which I don't even think he needed the green light from Top Rank or Frank Warren. If Tyson Fury wanted to do it, I mean, who's going to stop him? I mean, it's a bag. He's able to go get more money. You know what I'm saying? And pocket, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a meal or two for his wrestling appearance. But I'm going to bring you the particulars of the story. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. We're going to get to it. And he's facing a guy named Drew McIntyre. I have no earthly idea who Drew McIntyre is, but He beat Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is the guy Tyson Fury fought, I believe, in Saudi Arabia at the some fight, the Royal Gym or some shit. You know, I'm not a big wrestling guy. I was back in the day when they had Stone Cold and The Rock and Triple H and DX and my nigga Six in China. You know what I'm saying? I was on that train, big Papa Pump. You know what I'm saying? I remember the pimp. I don't know his name, but he had the whole train. Yeah, y'all remember that? The whole train. Yeah, man. Nowadays you're not gonna get away with having the whole train. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going for that shit nowadays. But back when I was coming up, shit, he had them girls walking out in the line. Had about 6 or 7 of them, man. Big up to him, man. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of guys, man. You had D'Lo Brown. I know y'all remember D'Lo Brown with the frog splash. You know what I'm saying? D'Lo Brown was like my guy. You had Booker T. You had Sting. You had Big Nash. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of guys back then. But I ain't been on wrestling since that point in my life. Is like when The Rock left and started doing movies and shit. I wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, big on wrestling. But enough about me and my wrestling life. Let's talk about Tyson Fury and him going back into the ring, but not the boxing ring. The story is coming from Boxing Scene. Big ups to Boxing Clever for the story, but I will give you the actual source that it came from. Frank Warren, who along with Top Rank as the co-promoter for the WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury, has given his boxer the green light to face newly crowned WWE champion Drew McIntyre. Fury achieved a childhood dream when he made his WWE debut last October in Saudi Arabia. See, I knew it was in Saudi Arabia. He defeated Braun Strowman by countout. McIntyre captured the WWE title this past weekend when he defeated Brock Lesnar in the main event of the second day of WrestleMania 36. The other second day, damn, WrestleMania 2 days now? Shit, wrestling getting that bad. After securing the big win, McIntyre called out Fury to match him in the immediate future. Fury responded quickly by accepting the challenge. And this quote is coming from Tyson Fury. Drew McIntyre has called me out after his WWE WrestleMania 36 victory. First, I say congratulations and what a fantastic job. Secondly, I accept his challenge. Anytime, anywhere, any place, Fury stated. And Warren has no problem with his fighter getting another big payday from WWE. If it's Frank Warren, now you ain't got a problem. If Fury making money, you making money. You know what I'm saying? Like Fury, like Warren, like, hey, bro, you want to go WWE and get that quick bag right quick? I need my 5% or whatever percent that he's getting. I'm not in Frank Warren's pocket. I don't know what he's getting, but I'm sure, you know what I'm saying, he's thrilled. He's over the moon that Fury's thinking about going into WWE or back into WWE. I spoke, and this coming from Frank. I spoke to Tyson a couple of days ago, and he told me the big Scottish lad had challenged him, and he can have it whenever he likes. Warren told the Sun. So the source is the Sun that he's getting the green light. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's all a pie in the sky while the world is in lockdown. The WWE have carried on filming their shows at their training center in Florida without any fans because of the coronavirus. So Tyson would have to go over there, and I don't think it's very realistic right now. Right now. But remember, he fought Braun Strowman in October and then came back and fought Wilder in February. So it's not like Fury's not done this before. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this is like a little routine of his. You know what I'm saying? A little a ritual. You know what I'm saying? Get a little WWE fight in, then go fight a boxing match. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure Tyson is up for it. He was a huge success last time when he got well paid, and he got well paid. Everything he does at the moment seems to turn to gold. Even his home workouts with wife Paris and his kids have gone down a storm. So I'm sure Drew McIntyre, Deontay Wilder, and anybody else should be worried about his return to action. So he took a little jab at Deontay too, you know what I'm saying? Knowing Frank Warren, hey, being a good promoter like he is, took a little shot at Deontay. I can't get mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but yeah, man, look, I don't have no problem with Tyson Fury, you know what I'm saying, going out and getting another bag. You know, hey, if he wants to go into WWE and explore his possibilities for that, during his wrestling, I mean, during his boxing career or after his boxing career, I have no problem with that. We've seen Mike Tyson in WWE. We've seen Karl Malone from the NBA and Dennis Rodman in the WWE. So I mean, this is what athletes, you know what I'm saying, and combat sports people do. You go to the WWE, you raise your profile, and you continue to market your success, you know what I'm saying, and build your brand. And I have no problem with Tyson Fury doing that. Now, I have another story for you guys. And this story is coming from just my thoughts, man. I was just, you know what I'm saying, thinking about some things like, man, what fight was I really, really, really looking forward to seeing that the coronavirus took away from me? What fight was I really, really wanted to see that the coronavirus took away from me? Now, look, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights. And I'm going to go down the list, you know what I'm saying, from 6 to 1. 6 to 1, you know what I'm saying? And I want you guys to give me your opinions on my list, you know what I'm saying? If my list is not in order, if you got a better fight out there that you wanted to see that I didn't put on this list, let me know. But I compiled this list very, very quickly, you know what I'm saying? Just right off the top of the head, I couldn't really find a website that had all the fights that were canceled. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I didn't do my due diligence when it came to that, but I couldn't find it. So, and coming in at number 6, a fight that I really, really, really wanted to see that I am not going to be able to see is Canelo Billy Joe Saunders. Now, look, this fight, you know what I'm saying, I really, you know what I'm saying, was intrigued by the boxing skills of Billy Joe Saunders, even though over the years and like what I've seen, Canelo has really become a very, very, very good boxer. Become very just like I feel like right now it's like Canelo's peak. His athleticism has reached up to his mental aspect has reached up to his athleticism, and he's in the prime of his career. But a guy like Billy Joe Saunders, who is bigger, who is a slicker boxer, who boxes off the back foot, who probably has the reach advantage over Canelo. I'm not quite sure. I thought that fight was going to be very interesting to see if Billy Joe Saunders could just come in and box Canelo head off like he was able to do with David Lemieux. Now, David Lemieux is not the boxer that Canelo is by any stretch of the imagination. But when it comes to mobility, I think the edge goes to Billy Joe in that aspect. When it comes to doing all those feints and all those jabbing and keeping out of harm's way, I think Billy Joe does a great job at that. But Canelo does have that body attack, man. Canelo body attack is really what hurt Kovalev in that fight. Caught Kovalev, I think, with a body shot, or it was with a left hook that had him stumble. And when he stumbled and he caught him with that right hand, it was all she wrote. So Canelo's proven that he can go up and knock out a 175 pounder who only been knocked out twice by Alvarez and Ward. That fight was a fight that I thought was going to be very intriguing and was going to have Billy Joe Saunders, you know what I'm saying, the big fight that he wanted. He was scheduled to fight Gennady Golovkin. That fell through. We all know, you know what I'm saying. He was out here campaigning and trying to find a big fight. I'm sorry about that. Got a text message. And this was a big fight for him, but due to the coronavirus, it's looking like that fight will not be happening. It looks like Canelo will go ahead and fight Gennady Golovkin at Cowboy Stadium in the fall. And Billy Joe Saunders is just out again. He was like I said, he had the Gennady fight that slipped through. He and this right here is out of his hands with the coronavirus, but and we can't overlook the fact that he's currently suspended by the British Boxing of Control or whatever until he has his hearing about that domestic violence video that he posted in bad taste. So this is a fight that I wanted to see, but due to coronavirus and Billy Joe Saunders' inability to not make domestic violence videos, I'm not laughing at that, but just I'm laughing at the fact that it's just idiotic that a person does this kind of dumb shit. But hey, man, Billy Joe Saunders did a lot of dumb shit in his boxing career, so it shouldn't be a surprise. What up, Cass Bass? What's good, my guy? So that's number 6. Coming in at number 5, the 5th most fight that I wanted to see would have to be Povetkin and Dillian White. Man, what a heavyweight clash this would have been. This was going to be a very interesting fight, even though I gave the 60-40 kind of edge towards Dillian White, because if Povetkin couldn't really handle a guy like Michael Hunter, not saying Michael Hunter's a bad fighter or anything like that, he's just not a proven heavyweight like Dillian White is. Dillian White is a proven heavyweight. He's been at the heavyweight division his whole career, has fought bigger guys, and Povetkin is not a bigger guy than Dillian White. So I thought Dillian White was going to be able to use his jab in that fight and possibly knock Povetkin out as the rounds, you know what I'm saying, got longer, because we seen Povetkin his gas tank. Not in the Michael Hunter fight though. The Michael Hunter fight, he was over there in what were they at? That was over in Marbella or some shit, Monte Carlo or some shit, and he looked like he had all the energy. But in the David Price fight, he looked like he was slowing down a little bit, and the AJ fight looked like he was slowing down a little bit. That's all I'm saying. But he looked good in the Michael Hunter fight. I had him edging that fight out from Hunter just by a tag. But I don't think that when it comes to the elite level, which is only like 4 or 5 guys on that elite level, if you ask me my opinion, he's not one of them. And I think that this was going to be another feather in the cap of Dillian White. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to when they put this fight back on and get it back up and running. But yeah, this is the 5th most fight that I wanted to see that the coronavirus took away from me. Coming in at number 3, now number 4. And this is kind of a hard one, you know what I'm saying? This is a hard one because the top 4 are like, it's very, very dicey. But coming in at number 4, the 4th most fight that I wanted to see has to be Prograis and Maurice Hooker. When you talk about bad blood, you guys want to talk about bad blood? You guys want to talk about guys not liking each other, shit talking? I did a story about Maurice Hooker saying he wants to shut Regis' mouth. He wants to knock him out. He wants to get him out of the picture. This is man. Look, Eddie. With all due respect, don't put this fight back in the fall. Whenever coronavirus is over, put that shit on the weekend after. I need this fight in my life. I need 2 guys that got bad blood from the amateurs that have been talking shit about each other since they were champions, since they lost their belts. They've been talking shit. These guys don't like each other. They don't like each other, man. And I really wanted to see this fight, man. Maurice Hooker got a new trainer, you know what I'm saying? He's not really a new trainer, but is more visible now. Bo Mack is the person in the lead when it comes to training Maurice Hooker now. So he's with Bo Mack. Regis Been putting out those workout videos on his Twitter page of him getting it in, looking like he's in shape. Done some movies, you know what I'm saying? Did the little mark well, not little, but did the little I don't mean it. Yeah, I know we down south, you know what I'm saying? We don't when we say little, we don't mean like it's a bad thing, but did the little Mark Wahlberg movie, you know what I'm saying? Shine in that, had that chopper in his hand shooting up, you know what I'm saying? Got his ass beat in the movie because it's Hollywood. But it's all good, you know what I'm saying? His acting debut was great. But back to this boxing talk, he's been looking good on his IG, training and working on new things. And I want to see how Maurice Hooker is going to react, you know what I'm saying, under the tutelage of Bomac with somebody that's on the same world level that he is. And the zone, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom USA, we need this fight. We need this as this is like a boxing hardcore fight, but it's also like a regional fight, man. New Orleans, Texas, you know what I'm saying? Even motherfuckers up in Arkansas gonna come and see this fight, you know what I'm saying? So make this shit happen, get it back on schedule. And this is probably the fourth most fight that I wanted to see. Coming in at number 3, we have Hot Tech versus the Takeover. Number 3, man. This is the third most fight that I wanted to see. Been a very big fan of Teofimo Lopez, man, since the jump, bro. Like, I was on Teofimo when I found out he was the 2018 Yahoo Prospect of the Year. I reached out to him, got an interview with him, you know what I'm saying? He's a definitely a cool guy. He's one of my favorite young fighters. You know what I'm saying? If I'm just gonna be honest with you, he's one of my favorite young fighters in the sport of boxing, and he's definitely out here doing his goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? The way he knocked out Comey is to me, in my opinion, more impressive than any victory that Lomachenko has at 135. At 135, notice what I said at 135. Linares, I probably will pick Comey over Linares. Pedraza, I probably pick Comey over Pedraza, even though I think it would be a tough fight for Comey. I think he would edge that fight. And that victory by Teofimo, that knockout, that was something that was picture perfect, that was on the money, that was very, very solid, man. Like, it was a statement. It wasn't just that he knocked the guy out. He made a statement, you know what I'm saying? Coming off that tough fight that he had with the Japanese guy, people thought that he was overrated, that he couldn't get the elite level guys up out of here if he couldn't beat the Japanese guy in convincing fashion. He came out against Comey and put it on him. Put it on Comey. So when it comes to that fight, I got to go to the other side, though, man. Lomachenko is a guy that is a freak of nature, man. The way he uses his boxing, the way he uses his ring generalship, his movement in the ring is something that Teofimo is going to have to deal with. Even though he's not a big puncher at 135, he is an accurate puncher, and he's very straight with his punches. So he's not like a guy who wastes a lot of punches. So with that being said, this was a fight that I was very, very much looking forward to, man. Very, very much looking forward to. I think this fight, when it happens, it's going to be a 50-50 fight. But I would have to edge it slightly, just my personal opinion, to the person who was a more natural 135er, and that's Teofimo Lopez. We've seen him have fast twitch muscle. We've seen him have the knockout power. And I think Loma's team might be in trouble, you know what I'm saying, picking on a guy like we're not picking, but accepting the challenge from Teofimo Lopez. And you gotta like make it known, like Teofimo been wanting this fight for a minute. He ain't shied away from being in the same division as Lomachenko, on the same promotional side as Lomachenko. He's made it known that him and his father want this fight because they believe that they can beat Lomachenko. Now we're moving on to the top 2 fights that Mike on Sports wanted to see, but he cannot see due to coronavirus. What is number 2, Mike? Hold your horses, man. Don't rush me, dog. Why you rushing? We got all day. You got somewhere to be? You got somewhere to be, man? Let me know. Where you finna go? You going to the club tonight? It's shut down. You going out to eat? It's shut down. You going to the movies? It's shut down. Going to the grocery store? Wait in line. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm just having a little fun. Let's go to number 2. Yes, sir. Heavyweights, baby. We got that heavyweight action going on. Derek Chisora versus Alexander Usyk. Woo! Now, the main reason I wanted to see this fight right here, we seen Usyk against Chad Teaspoon or Tablespoon, whatever the hell his name is. We seen him not look the best against old Chad. He looked like he had some deficiencies against old Chad. And, he's moving up to heavyweight. Your first fight at heavyweight, they give you a little cherry on top of your sundae to make you look good. And what you do? You look all right. You ain't look overly spectacular at heavyweight. And that what leads me to think that Derek Chisora is a fight that you may have fucking put your foot in your mouth. If I can see Derek Chisora against Takium or Derek Chisora against Dillian White, the second fight, or even the first fight, I think Usyk is going to be in for a rude awakening. I think Derek Chisora right now, man, is a guy that has a wealth of experience, has been in there, been in the tough fights, been in there with big punches. And Usyk is not a big puncher. He's not a big puncher at heavyweight right now. He hasn't proven to me that he can knock out Derek Chisora. Maybe the accuracy of his shots will make Chisora fold down the stretch. But I don't see one punch knockout power coming from Usyk, and that might be a possibility. I mean, a problem, because if you cannot keep a guy like Derek Chisora off of you in a 12-round fight, he is going to get to you and he is going to hurt you. I'm telling you, if you don't have enough power for Derek Chisora to respect you, respect the game plan that you are going to implement. Without that power, Derek Chisora is going to come forward. Now, you can say, Mike. Usyk is a boxer. He's slick. He got movement. Just go back and look at the Edge Bell fight when he fought Chisora. And I say, you're right. You're right. Bell boxed Chisora head off. I'm talking about boxed Chisora head off for 10 rounds or 12 rounds, but that Chisora didn't look like the Chisora that I've seen against Dillian White or Carlos Takium or Arthur Speaker. I think that Chisora was in Monte Carlo. He was unexpired, and he didn't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Bell cruised to a victory. I'm talking about he put his goddamn Jerusalem cruisers on and just walked to victory. You know what I'm saying? He might as well had sandals on in the rain boxing. Because Derek Chisora couldn't get to him no matter what he did. Now, if Usyk goes in and puts that game plan into effect, then I would say, man, you were right. You might have a point that Chisora might struggle. But being that I feel like Chisora is motivated, being that this fight might be for the WBO final eliminator, next person gets a shot at Joshua, I think that this fight for Usyk, you might can give it 51-49 to Usyk. Or a 50-50 fight, man. This is going to be a tough fight for Usyk whenever it happens. I'm just saying that I wouldn't count Derek Chisora out just yet. Or I wouldn't count him out at all. He's definitely a live dog in that fight. Even though Usyk is the superior boxer, has the superior movement, he does not have that. Well, he probably doesn't have that at heavyweight. But in heavyweight, it's more than just movement. It's more than just being a good boxer. It's being able to take a shot and deliver a shot. And I don't know, look, can Usyk take a shot? We haven't really seen him hurt before. So up until this point, yeah. But he ain't been hit by the top tier heavyweights yet. We got to see him take a shot from Derek Chisora, from Dillian White, from Povetkin maybe. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll know if he can take a shot. But right now, based off his cruiserweight resume, I would lean towards man. He can take a little shot, but until he get in there with them heavyweights, we don't really know how that chin gonna hold up. You got a good chin until now, until them motherfucking get cracked just right. And I think Derek Chisora, man, is one of those guys that could possibly test the possibilities of that chin. But moving on to the number one fight that Mike on Sports wanted to see, but it got canceled. What could that be? Huh? What could that fight be? Anybody out there got a suggestion on what that fight could be? Give me a guess. Give me a guess, man. I can't wait till we go back live. I can't wait till we go live and I can interact with these people. But the number one fight that Mike on Sports wanted to see is none other than the young man they call Dynamite Daniel Dubois and Joyce. I know I'm American. I know I'm an American guy, but I'm a boxing fan at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck if it's in Egypt, if it's in nigga Sicily, if it's in goddamn me Australia, North Pole, South Pole. Goddamn, it can be in motherfucking Amsterdam. It can be in motherfucking where the Vikings, you know what I'm saying, live out, Norway. Long as motherfuckers out there and it's a good fight and they throwing leather like these two guys supposedly was going to be, man, oh man. And I got a lot of questions about Joyce. Man. To me, he's slow-footed. He's methodical. You can see his punches coming from a mile away. You can duck twice on his punches, like you playing double dutch. No, I'm just being real with you. When I seen him fight Stavern, and it took him damn near 6-7 rounds to get Stavern up out of there. It was a Stavern that looked worse than Andy Ruiz did in his rematch against AJ. This Stavern was overweight. He wasn't dehydrated this time. But he was overweight. He was slow. He was laying on the ropes, and he just did not seem like that he wanted to be there. You know what I'm saying? It took Joyce forever to get this guy up out of here. Now, when it comes to Daniel Dubois, I know he haven't fought anybody on the level of a Bermain Stavern. But if you put that version of Stavern in the ring with Joyce, with Daniel Dubois would beat the shit out of him in 2 or 3 rounds. Straight up. Daniel Dubois hits like a Mack truck. He is, in my opinion, going to be a heavyweight champion one day. He has power. He has the physique. He has the look. And it seems like he has the willingness to learn. You know what I'm saying? He's not one of those guys that thinks he's the shit. He's overly cocky. He strikes me as a guy who's still finding his way, you know what I'm saying? Still getting comfortable with himself, you know what I'm saying? Being in that public eye, being such a big name. But at the end of the day, man, when it comes down to matchups, I think this guy Daniel Dubois is too much for Joyce. I think Joyce's best days are after this fight will be behind him. I don't think Joyce will capture a world title. I think the way Joyce take punches, because he takes a lot of punches. Like his head movement is not there. Bermain was landing punches on Joyce. Brian Jennings was landing punches on Joyce. And if those guys can land punches, if a guy like Daniel Dubois hits you, man, I'm telling you right now, it's curtains. It is curtains. You take them kind of punches over 8-9 rounds from Daniel Dubois, it's curtains. But we got to see if Daniel Dubois can take one of Joyce punches. And as slow as he is, I think Daniel Dubois defense should be excellent. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think Joyce. I know he does the flips and the twirls in the ring and all that kind of shit, but when it comes to like throwing punches, man, you just see his shots coming. And I think Daniel Dubois, man, will be the victor in that fight. But that's a fight that I really, really wanted to see. And it's the top of the list for me. But coronavirus, you know what I'm saying, canceled it. So We're gonna be looking for that fight in November sometime. But yeah, man, that's my top fights that I wanted to see. And we had a little Tyson Fury news. And don't forget, I have a new concept for a show. The video is out right now. Just click the title, you'll see it. And until next time, man, this has been Mike on Sports. Yes, sir. Y'all know what it is. Peace out, y'all.